The Steam Deck 2 is officially happening. But that's not even the biggest news. Valve is secretly working on something that could change gaming forever. A full home console to compete with the PlayStation and Xbox. And here's the kicker. Sony might actually be helping them to do it. The leaks that just dropped are absolutely insane. And if you're a Steam Deck fan, you need to hear this. We're talking about next-gen AMD chips, strategic partnerships, and Valve's master plan to dominate gaming. So let's dive in. New insider information from industry leakers suggests Valve isn't just working on a Steam Deck successor, they're planning an entire hardware ecosystem. We're talking about devices that could fundamentally change how we think about PC gaming and consoles. And the timeline? Well, we could see these devices as early as 2026, powered by the same cutting-edge AMD processors that run PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox. This isn't just an upgrade, it's Valve's plan to become a major console player. According to the leakers, internal sources have confirmed Valve is working on the next Steam Deck 2. But here's what makes this different from typical rumors. They have specific details about the hardware. The Steam Deck 2 is reportedly being built around AMD's upcoming Magnus APU, a Zen 6-based processor that's also rumored to power the next PlayStation 6 and next Xbox consoles. We're talking about a chip with 3 Zen 6 cores and 8 Zen 6C cores, plus absolutely massive integrated graphics. And to put this in perspective, the current Steam Deck struggles with some modern games at medium settings. The new Magnus APU could potentially run the same games at high settings, maybe even approaching console quality performance in a handheld form factor. Remember, Valve's SteamOS designer said that they won't release new hardware until there's a significant enough increase in performance. Well, if these leaks are true, they found their significant increase. But here's where it gets really crazy. The same sources claim Valve is also developing a dedicated home console, not a handheld, not a Steam Machine revival, but a proper console designed to compete directly with PlayStation and Xbox. The leakers specifically mentioned that Valve is treating this like a proper console launch, meaning full marketing, exclusive features, and a long-term commitment. This isn't just another experimental Steam machine that gets abandoned after 2 years. The home console would allegedly use the same Magnus APU, but without the power constraints of a handheld. So we're talking about 264mm squared integrated GPU that's larger than what's currently in the Radeon RX 9060 XT graphics card. So for an integrated chip, that's absolutely massive. While the Steam Deck 2 would be limited by battery life and thermal constraints, the home console could run this chip at full power with proper cooling and unlimited electricity. The performance difference could be substantial. And the timing makes perfect sense. If PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox launch in 2027 and 2028 with the same AMD architecture, Valve could launch alongside with them with compatible hardware but running their own SteamOS platform. Now here's perhaps the most shocking part of these leaks. Sony appears to be quietly supporting Valve's handheld ambitions. And when you look at the evidence, it actually makes perfect sense. The leaker points out that Sony has gone above and beyond to make their PlayStation exclusives work perfectly on Steam Deck. God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, they're all Steam Deck verified with custom boot animations and optimized performance. Meanwhile, Microsoft's first-party games don't get nearly the same level of Steam Deck optimization. Sony is literally putting more effort into making their games work on Valve's handheld than Microsoft is. Think about this strategically. Sony doesn't have a handheld console. The PlayStation Portable only streams games from your PlayStation 5. So in a weird way, the Steam Deck has become the unofficial PlayStation handheld for people who want to play Sony's games portably. The leakers suggest Sony sees Valve as a less of a threat than Microsoft in the handheld space. While Microsoft is aggressively pushing the Asus ROG Xbox Ally as an Xbox device, Sony seems content to let Steam Deck users play their ported games. If this partnership deepens, we could see even more PlayStation exclusives coming to Steam with day one Steam Deck optimization. Sony gets PC sales revenue, Valve gets more compelling content for their platform. It's a win-win. This news comes at a crucial time for handheld gaming. Asus is launching ROG Xbox Ally devices this fall, while MSI has the Claw A8 with AMD's new Ryzen C2 Extreme chip. And Lenovo is preparing the Legion Go 2 with an OLED screen. But here's Valve's advantage. While everyone else is fighting over Windows handheld market share, Valve controls their entire software stack with SteamOS. They don't pay Microsoft licensing fees, and they get that crucial 30% cut from every game sold. And the performance numbers are backing this up. The Lenovo Legion Go S actually performs better running SteamOS than Windows 11. Microsoft is scrambling to improve Windows for handhelds, but Valve has a multi-year head start. Plus, Valve has something none of the competitors can match: the entire Steam ecosystem. Your games, your friends, your achievements, your mods. Everything just works seamlessly across all Valve hardware. So, when can we expect these devices? Well, based on AMD's Zen 6 roadmap and the sources, we're probably looking at 2026 to 2027 for the Steam Deck 2, and potentially 2027 to 2028 for the home console. That aligns with when the next gen console cycle is expected to begin. Valve has proven they're willing to sell hardware at a loss to build their ecosystem. They can launch a Steam Deck 2 at a similar $400 to $500 price point with dramatically better performance. It could be game over for the competition. The home console is the bigger question mark. Will they price it competitively with PlayStation and Xbox, or position it as a premium PC gaming alternative? Given their loss leader strategy, I'm betting on competitive pricing. But the real impact might be on the industry as a whole. If Valve can establish SteamOS as a legitimate console platform, it breaks the Microsoft-Sony duopoly that's dominated gaming for 2 decades. And for us gamers, this could be incredible news. More competition means better hardware, better prices, and better innovation. Valve's approach of selling hardware at a cost while making money on software means we get premium devices without premium pricing. Plus, imagine having access to your entire Steam library on both a powerful handheld and home console, with games that sync seamlessly between devices. No more buying games twice, no platform restrictions, just pure gaming freedom. And if the Sony partnership continues developing, we might get the best of both worlds. PlayStation exclusives optimized for Valve hardware, giving us that true portable PlayStation experience Sony won't be making themselves. So there you have it. Valve isn't just making a Steam Deck 2. They're building an entire gaming ecosystem to challenge PlayStation and Xbox with AMD's next-gen chips. Sony is quite supportive, and their proven loss leader strategy, they might actually pull it off. The next few years are going to be absolutely wild for gaming hardware. We could see Valve go from handheld pioneer to major console player, potentially challenging the whole industry landscape. So what do you think? Are you excited for a Steam Deck 2 and Valve home console? Would you buy a SteamOS console to compete with Sony and Xbox? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on all latest Steam Deck and Valve hardware news, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. These leaks are just the beginning. I have a feeling 2025 is going to be a massive year for Valve announcements. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, where I'll probably do a deep dive on what AMD's Magnus APU could mean for performance gaming. And also, let me know in the comments, how old is your Steam profile? My profile is over 20 years old. Take care, everyone. Peace.